Now it's time to turn to a serious subject, and I'm sure you are aware we live in a toxic world. From the air we breathe to the foods we eat and even the water that we drink, there are contaminants and pollutants that are harmful. However, home is no refuge and is often as toxic, if not more so, than our outside environment. What am I talking about? Well, let's join Dr. Dan Pompa, who will discuss some of the toxins that we need to be aware of and their effects on our health. Dr. Pompa?
Many of you out there right now may be suffering from headaches, digestive issues, unexplainable symptoms, unexplainable diagnoses like fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, anxiety, sleep problems. Well, guess what? Those are becoming more and more popular. I call them new millennium diseases or new millennium symptoms. And I can tell you right now, I have authority to talk to you about this subject because guess what? I suffered from the majority of those symptoms that I just gave you. Matter of fact, I had debilitating anxiety. My hormones were absolutely not functioning. My thyroid wasn't working right. But you know what? I never understood what was really going on until I got to the cause of the problem. My story gives me, I should say, the authority to talk to you about this subject. Right now, the EPA estimates that your indoor air in your homes is 5 to 7 times more toxic than the outdoor air, even on the worst day in Los Angeles. Well, this is the cause of new millennium illnesses. Matter of fact, I'm sure the chiropractor that you're going to right now, hopefully you're going to, and hopefully you're in a chiropractic office, has talked to you about interference into the autonomic nervous system. Well, look, God has put in every one of us an innate ability to heal ourselves. But the problem is things can interfere with that innate ability. We have to kind of come out of a system of healthcare where we've been taught that, look, man is going to come up with the magic bullet to how you got sick or why you got sick. They're going to come up with the pill for your heart disease, cancer, or why you can't sleep, or why your hormones aren't functioning right. But we kind of have to move from that to a new understanding. Look, I believe in my heart, and even through my own illness, it's how I got well. My philosophy is a little different. I believe in my heart that God has designed and created our bodies with an innate ability to heal themselves. Matter of fact, all we can do as physicians is remove that interference and let the body do the healing. I know it's a new philosophy, but look, you have to understand this, that if a philosophy's major premise is wrong, and this philosophy over here starts with man's going to come up with a solution, everything underneath it is a lie. This philosophy says, look, your body has an innate ability to heal itself. All we can do is remove that interference. Today, there's a new problem. There's a new interference. It's called chemical subluxation. Chemical interference interferes with your nerve system, just like a misalignment of your spine can interfere. So in other words, you can have a misalignment of your spine and it causes physical interference with that very system of the body, very system that God put in your body that heals itself every day. But when you interfere with that, with maybe a bone of your spine out of alignment, carrying information from your brain down the spinal cord and out those nerves, whatever's at the end of those nerves is not going to function correctly. Well, guess what? Chemicals, and even the chemicals in your home, can be causing that same type of interference. Matter of fact, I call it the toxic top 10. So look, I don't have time obviously to go through all 10. Matter of fact, you can go to the website that I created, the Toxic Top 10, and you can hear about all 10. But let's talk about a few that I think that you need to concern yourselves with. Right now, we are in a plastic revolution. Everything is plastic. But the thing you have to understand is they estimate that 85, I think more like 95% of women in this country have hormone dysregulation, meaning that your hormones aren't working right. Matter of fact, a lot of the symptoms that I started this conversation with are because of hormone problems. However, if you're just trying to treat the hormones, or your doctor's trying to treat the hormones, we need to go upstream a little bit and realize why the hormones are malfunctioning and why today we have so many hormone problems. Matter of fact, one symptom of hormone problems is the fact that people cannot lose weight. Matter of fact, I love to educate people on this fact. Weight loss today has more to do with toxicity than it has to do with even the food you eat or even how much you exercise. But you have to understand toxins have an effect on hormones, and hormones are why you don't feel well and sometimes why you can't lose weight, which I call weight loss resistance. Even now in the media, we're hearing about the fact that toxins like plastics mimic estrogen and mimic other hormones in the body or interfere with these hormones and hormone receptors. And now hormonally we don't feel well and we can't even lose weight. Matter of fact, they're saying now that the obesity epidemic is not about food, or at least definitely not about cutting calories, or maybe not exercising enough, but it is about toxicity. Look, let me just give you a couple hints, because we can make some simple switches, and hopefully I can do that for you today. If you flip a plastic water bottle over, there's some numbers that are safer. I like the number 1. The numbers 3, 6, and 7, definitely don't like those. You want to avoid those. And again, you can go to that website and actually find a little more about that. But let me give you another hint. Don't put hot, fatty, acidic foods in plastic, because obviously it's going to leach these chemicals out, chemicals like BPA, phthalates, that we know cause all this hormone disruption and cancer, obviously. So we don't want to do that. We want to put the foods in glass containers, and then you can cover it with plastic wrap as long as it doesn't touch the food. Simple switches. Here's probably another toxin you may not have thought of. Household cleaners. Household cleaners, do you realize these things aren't even regulated? So in other words, commercial cleaners are regulated by OSHA, but yet household cleaners are not. We know there's a lot of hormone mimics in these things. We know these things are causing disease, cancer, big time problem. Easy switches, guys. In every grocery store in America right now, there's healthier products. And again, you can go to the website and I talk about some of those, but you know what? What can you do at home? You can use vinegar, you can use baking soda, peroxide, very simple, easy switches. Doesn't cost you a lot of money. Here's one of my favorite topics right here. Toxic beauty. Ladies, listen up. Men, this still applies to you. Look, one of the things that I talk about in my seminars, and hopefully, we're getting more and more doctors talking about that, and I know the doctor that has this in his office is too. But, hormone ratio, estrogen ratio is the big problem. So your doctor might just measure the total estrogen, but it's the ratio of estrogen that matters more. Well, guess what? You're putting all these creams and makeups and all the nice things to look pretty, but a lot of these things have these hormone disruptors in them, and they can turn that ratio of bad estrogen, making it more than the good estrogen. And guess what? We know that's leading to breast cancer and all these estrogen-dominant cancers. So look, we want to be cautious of what we're putting on our skin, because what you put on your skin ends up right into your bloodstream. And we know this is leading to an epidemic right now. You're talking about 1 in 7 women getting breast cancer in this country. So we've been fighting the war on cancer for what, 50 years? How's that working out for us? Because guess what? We're no better. Matter of fact, arguably, we're worse. So look, this is a chemical revolution. Since World War II, we call this the chemical revolution. There's been 80,000 chemicals introduced into our commercial space. And guess what? You know how many of those are tested? Well, about 5 have been regulated out of that huge sea of 80,000 chemicals. That's it, 5. The others are grandfathered in, will never be regulated, and these things are neurotoxic, and we know majority of them cause cancer. So, but thank God there's the Substance Control Act, where now we do actually test more of them, but guess what? 1,500 chemicals every year, new chemicals, into our environment, and guess what? 10 at best are tested. So most of these are in your home. Look, I go through the toxic top 10 for a reason. I talk about 5 that are basically right under your nose. Toxic beauty, right under your nose. How about silver fillings? If you have silver fillings in your mouth, World Health Organization states that they contain 50% mercury, second or third most toxic thing on the planet. That mercury goes right up into your brain, right up into the hypothalamus pituitary that runs your thyroid, runs your adrenals. This is what I said in the beginning. We have to get to the cause, treat upstream. These toxins cause endocrine problems, they cause hormone disruption, and people are getting sick. You need to talk to your doctor more about some of these protocols, how to really detox yourself safely. But look, it does start with avoidance. The toxic top 10, sick homes, we have 5 right under your nose, and we also have another 5 that are right under your roof. We need to start eliminating. Matter of fact, I have 5 R's, to basically detoxing your cells correctly. R number 1, remove the source. If you start here, you can change your life. But look, I want you to take this home with you here. Your body has an innate ability to heal itself. All we can do is remove the interference and the body can heal itself. This is the big problem today. Chemicals are causing interference with that system that God has already innately put in your body to heal itself. All we can do is remove the interference. You can start at home.